Hey, Action Jacksons. I have a reaction video here. I'm going to be talking about some news that just came up. I'm going to try and do this a little bit more often. We usually have some sort of comic book news, either in actual comics or film adaptations, at least once a week that's something interesting. I'll try and maybe discuss it more on a weekly basis. Maybe. Anyway, this is brought to you by my own works, Davita, Red Knight. You can check them out at the links below. But I am here to talk about Justice League Action, which actually was announced earlier today. It's going to be a new Justice League cartoon. There had actually been previously slipped into the media about a Justice League cartoon that Cartoon Network was working on, but the details came out actually just a few hours ago. It is produced by Bruce Lipkick, Alan Burnett, and Jim Krieg are all producers on the show, and it features some actual old school voice actors. Features as Batman Kevin Conroy, and Mark Hamill is back once again as the Joker. There's some new voices. Obviously, James Woods is supposed to be voicing Lex Luthor, and we're supposed to see some other characters like Brewster Gold is in here. There's been no announcement as to who's playing Superman and Wonder Woman. I don't know if it'll be the same actors from previous Justice League cartoon, or someone brand new, or maybe somebody who'd been used in the last 700,000 animated films and TV shows of the last 10 years. Who knows? And what's interesting is this is the first Justice League, or this is the first DC animated show, not including Teen Titans Go, that is going to be doing the 11-minute format. This is actually brand new for this kind of production team. And it's pretty similar to, actually is the same kind of system that Cartoon Network has been doing over the last few years. What with their shows, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Gumball, blah blah blah. But to be honest, this started back in the '90s with Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls. That kind of set the tone, and it's being really paid attention to nowadays. Most of their shows are like this format, actually. It's actually an interesting choice to go with, and from what I understand, there will be other Justice League characters that pop into the show, and it almost gets the feeling of kind of Justice League Unlimited, which I thought was an excellent show, and actually was Justice League at its best. I tend to count Justice League and then Justice League Unlimited is one show, frankly. Same continuity, same actors, same characters. The storylines were kind of the same, so I don't know. I'm not one of those persons who goes, well, Season 2 of Justice League and then Season 1 of Unlimited. It's all one show. So I'm pretty excited about this, frankly. The 11-minute format, I think, works very well. And for those of you who have sworn off Cartoon Network because of the cancellation of DC Nation, you've actually missed some very good shows over the last few years. Like Adventure Time and particularly Steven Universe have done some amazing work in this format. I'm hoping that the team putting together Justice League Action will follow suit, particularly the way Rebecca Sugar handles the storyline in Steven Universe, because if you watch the show, you know that she has like humorous episodes, action episodes, dramatic episodes, character episodes, and plot-specific episodes. And they all mix really well, and they all kind of like work off each other. And episodes that you think are just like, oh, well, that was cute, turns out to be actually important later in the show, or adds weight to a specific story later in the storyline. If Justice League Action does that, I think this will be a terrific show, maybe equal to Justice League Unlimited. Depends how well they pull it off, frankly. I'm just excited that we get a new Batman-ish show with Kevin Conroy again. I just can't get enough of him and Mark Hamill playing those characters. As long as they can do them, as long as they want to do them, as long as, there's some fresh ideas, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm enjoying the method of how these shows are produced now. If let's see, I'm very interested to see how many episodes we'll get, and what the overall story arc will be. And I'm just excited. Hopefully, we can get specific episodes. Maybe a Wonder Woman episode, and then it'll kind of dig into further into the character. So yeah, so far I'm pretty excited. There have been some as fans always do. They always bitch about, oh, this looks too cartoony, or oh no, they mentioned Teen Titans Go. That'll be exactly like this. I kind of don't see that. The format is going to be 11-minute format, but that's because that's Cartoon Network's deal now. That's how they do things. And if it fits better into their programming, fine. I'm good with that. And there are really great ways to use this kind of format in order to tell a story for a long period of time. So I'm good with it. For those of you who are thinking this is too cartoony looking or too kid-ish or something like that, or childish or anything like that, let me remind you of something. For those of you who are in your 20s, they said the same exact thing about Batman the Animated Series when that first came out. Everybody thought when that promo art and promo animation came out that the looked too goofy and childlike, and it was going to be an awful show, and nowhere near as the cool, serious, X-Men cartoon or anything like that, or the G.I. Joe shows or something like that. Boy, did they turn out to be wrong. And they also have short memories, because they also said this about Spectacular Spider-Man and Brave and the Bold and the original Teen Titans cartoon. Over and over again, people go, oh, this looks like for kids stuff. Pfft, who cares? Well, just because it's drawn simply doesn't mean anything. You can actually get deeper to the heart of the story. You don't have to have every single line and every detail, because that's kind of harder to animate, and you can actually just simply get right to the emotion over and over again. If you don't believe me, watch particular episodes of Adventure Time. Watch particular episodes of Steven Universe. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm excited over the fact that some of the producers of the show worked on previous Bruce Timm versions of the DC Universe. And I'm very excited to see their take on this and how they adapt. So far, so good. I haven't heard anything bad. I'm kind of excited to watch a Justice League show like this. So that's all I feel right now. Who knows what I feel tomorrow if we get more information. If I hear anything really specific, maybe I'll do another video. But until then, push the button, Lindsay.